Good morning, episode 58, Global Career Guy, Brian Hutchison here. I might want to call myself Bedhead Brian. It's a bit after 6 a.m., the sun is rising and the world is waking up. And I teach tonight until 10 o'clock, which means I won't be getting back home until probably 11:30. So it's one of those really, really long days. In the midst of a week that's been, somewhat intense for me. And so what I wanted to talk about today is actually a topic of one of the keynote talks and the short workshops that I sometimes do. Um, it's really, for me, the most essential part. I call it G.H.E.C.K, and it stands for gratitude, humility, empathy, care, and kindness. Um, And so after the video, one of the things you might do is something that I just did, and sort of sit in however you meditate. And sometimes I'll Google on my phone and I'll put on rain, the sound of rain falling. And after sinking into that for a few minutes, apparently the work trucks are out today. After sinking into that for a few minutes, I start to imagine everything that I'm grateful for in life falling on me instead of the drops of the rain. And I just sit and feel awashed in how grateful I am. Grateful I am for my spouse and my dogs and my home and the opportunities that I've had that others from my community and my family haven't had. And so I really just see it as showering myself with gratitude. I believe that gratitude is a starting point for satisfaction and being a good person, because I believe that gratitude leads to humility. And humility is staring in the face of the universe for me and recognizing that I didn't choose many of the things that have given me what it is that I am grateful for. I didn't choose to be born male and white and in the United States in the year 1971, which thus far in human history has been an optimal time to have those identities. I didn't choose all of the support people that were in my life as a child and as an adolescent that propped me up and allowed me to find the life that I'm living, the life that I feel very gratitude for. So my gratitude and recognition of what it is I have in my life leads to my humility. My humility then allows me to feel empathy for others. Many of you know I've worked predominantly for 8 years in poor urban and mostly African American community, and so empathy is a necessary element for me to help people whose lived experiences is so radically different from my own. I can never know what it is to walk in other people's shoes, but if I've done my gratitude and my humility work, and I train myself to know how to empathize, it makes me more effective, particularly as a mental health counselor, a school counselor, a career counselor, but as a person. It's only with empathy that I can truly care. There's this idea called alterity, which is otherness, and to truly care for another human being is to find a common humanity and a common compassion. And so if I can't empathize in some area in my mind, I'm really treating people as others. And so true care, true concern for me is the shared part of the human spirit. And finally, that is the only thing that can lead to true kindness. And that's kindness to myself, knowing I didn't choose these things, knowing that life is not always going to go the way I want, and so having gratitude for what I have, but really true kindness for other people as I walk through this world as a helper. And so when I do the talk, it probably sounds a lot better than that. This will be my first sip of coffee of the day. But I am off to prep for my 2 classes tonight, and also to wrap up on my talk that I'm giving to the Career Development Association in Singapore tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. my time. I'll be zooming in to give a keynote talk and then to sit on a panel with them. But all in all, today is another good day and life is good. And so gratitude, humility, empathy, care, and kindness I want to check myself on those things today, as I'm sure I'll feel the stressor and press of an intense day and a long day. And for now, a sleepy global career guy checking off for episode 58.